You reach for your morning tea. The sun is just peeking through the curtains. You add a pinch of turmeric, just like your daughter suggested. You stir gently, sip slowly, and think to yourself, this is good for me. But what if I told you that something else on your breakfast plate, something so ordinary, so familiar, could be quietly erasing the very benefits you hope to gain from that golden spice? What if, while trying to reduce your joint pain, protect your heart, or keep your memory sharp, you were accidentally doing the opposite? You're not alone. Across America, older adults are turning to turmeric, seeking comfort, healing, and natural support. But there's a hidden truth. A handful of foods, common in almost every kitchen, could be standing in the way of everything turmeric is trying to do for you. Turmeric. It's bright, it's warm, and it's been around for thousands of years. From ancient Ayurvedic medicine to today's health food shelves, turmeric has become a trusted ally, especially for those of us in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. And for good reason. Science now supports what tradition always knew. Turmeric's powerful compound, curcumin, has been shown to help reduce inflammation, ease joint pain, support heart health, and protect the brain as we age. Maybe you've started adding it to your tea. Maybe it's in your oatmeal. Maybe it's sitting in capsule form in your kitchen cabinet. But here's what most people don't know. Turmeric is only as powerful as what you pair it with. Certain foods, yes, foods you may eat every single day, can block its absorption, weaken its effects, or even cause it to act against your body. And that's what today's video is all about. Because when you understand what not to eat with turmeric and what to eat with it, you give your body a real chance to thrive. So make yourself a cozy drink, settle into your favorite chair, and stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use turmeric the right way. So every drop, every sprinkle, every capsule can truly support your health. And if you're new here, welcome. On this channel, Elders Insight, we share honest, compassionate guidance to help you age well, feel stronger, and stay independent naturally. If that's something you care about, take a moment to hit the subscribe button. You're not alone on this journey, and we're here to walk it with you. Now let's begin. Turmeric, a golden remedy for modern times. With every passing year, more and more older adults are turning to natural ways to support their health. The medications are piling up. The side effects are frustrating. And somewhere deep down, many of us believe that the earth still holds the answers we need. That's why turmeric is finding its way into so many kitchens. It's not just trendy, it's timeless. Used in Asia for over 4,000 years, turmeric has always been seen as a healing root. But now, with modern science behind it, we know even more. Curcumin, the compound that gives turmeric its bright golden color, is a powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. It helps calm the body's overactive immune responses, reduces stiffness in the joints, supports circulation, aids digestion, and may even help protect the brain from age-related memory decline. That's why so many of us have turned to it. You might add it to your smoothie. You might sip it in warm milk. Or you might take it as a supplement with breakfast. But here's the twist. Curcumin is notoriously hard to absorb. Your body doesn't take it in easily on its own. Without the right help, most of it passes right through you, unused. And even worse, some common foods don't just fail to help, they actively interfere. They block absorption. They confuse the digestive system. They create inflammation that cancels out everything turmeric is trying to do. So, let's take a look at the first food you should avoid when taking turmeric. One you've likely had in your kitchen for decades. Food number 1. Processed dairy products. Let's start with something many of us grew up with. Something we spread on toast, mix into our coffee, or toss onto our scrambled eggs. Processed dairy. I'm talking about American cheese slices, powdered coffee creamers, sweetened yogurts, pre-shredded cheeses in bags. These foods are convenient, they're familiar, and they're often in our fridge without a second thought. But when it comes to turmeric, they could be working directly against you. You see, these processed dairy products often contain preservatives, stabilizers, artificial flavors, and added sugars. All of these ingredients make digestion more difficult, especially as we get older and our stomachs become more sensitive. When digestion slows down or becomes strained, the body struggles to absorb nutrients, especially delicate ones like curcumin. But there's another layer. Some studies suggest that proteins in dairy may bind to curcumin, making it even harder for your body to access it. That means your anti-inflammatory tea, if made with sweetened dairy creamer, might be doing far less than you hoped. That turmeric omelet with a slice of processed cheese, it might look healthy, but it may be preventing your body from taking in turmeric's healing properties. The solution isn't to give up creamy drinks or warm comfort foods. It's to switch to plant-based alternatives that work with your body, not against it. Try unsweetened almond milk, oat milk, or coconut milk. These options are gentle on the digestive system, naturally anti-inflammatory, and blend beautifully with turmeric. Whether you're making a turmeric latte, a golden soup, or a warm drink before bed, these milks won't stand in the way of absorption. They'll support it. Think of it this way. You've made the effort to bring turmeric into your life. Don't let a slice of cheese or a splash of creamer quietly undo all your good work. Your joints, your digestion, your memory, they deserve better. You might think, I've already cut back on processed cheese. I use almond milk now. That should be enough, right? And that's a wonderful start. But there's another group of foods, just as common, just as everyday, that may be quietly working against your turmeric. These are foods high in vinegar and acidity. Now don't worry. Vinegar itself isn't evil. In fact, it has its place in a healthy diet. But when it's paired with turmeric, especially in sensitive digestive systems, the combination can cause more harm than good. Let me explain. Turmeric is a delicate compound. Curcumin, its active ingredient, needs a stable environment to be absorbed properly. When you combine it with something highly acidic, like vinegar, it can break down before your body even has the chance to use it. Think about some of the foods you may enjoy regularly. Maybe a crisp green salad dressed with a tangy vinaigrette, a turkey sandwich with pickles, a spoonful of coleslaw from the deli, even ketchup and mustard on your afternoon snack. All of these contain one thing in common: acid. And when that acid meets turmeric, the magic starts to unravel. You may not feel it immediately. There might not be stomach pain or anything obvious. But over time, this interaction can reduce the absorption of curcumin and weaken its anti-inflammatory power. In some cases, especially if you deal with acid reflux or a sensitive gut, it can even cause discomfort, bloating, or heartburn. It's a frustrating irony, So many people, hoping to make healthy choices, mix turmeric into their salad dressings or sprinkle it over pickled vegetables, believing they're doing the right thing. And in theory, that should work. But when vinegar is involved, the body's ability to absorb curcumin drops significantly. Does this mean you need to give up all acidic foods? Not at all. The key is timing and combination. Instead of having turmeric in the same meal as a vinaigrette-heavy salad or sour condiments, enjoy them at different times of the day. Give your body space. For example, have your turmeric tea in the morning and your vinegar-rich foods later in the afternoon. Even better, consider swapping store-bought salad dressings for something homemade. A simple mix of extra virgin olive oil, a small squeeze of lemon juice, and a pinch of black pepper can work wonders. It not only avoids heavy acidity, it actually boosts turmeric's absorption. More on that soon. If you love the tang of pickles or mustard, you don't have to let them go. Just enjoy them apart from your turmeric meals. That small adjustment can mean the difference between turmeric being partially effective or powerfully transformative. Let's make things simple. Turmeric is your ally. You want to give it the right environment to work. That means less acidity at the moment you consume it, and more support from the foods that help it shine. Now, let's turn to the third hidden disruptor, one that's perhaps the most comforting, the most nostalgic, and sadly, one of the most inflammatory. It's something many of us reach for when we want to feel better, not knowing it might be doing the exact opposite. Let's talk about sugar. There's something comforting about sweet foods. A warm muffin in the morning, a bowl of cereal that reminds you of younger days, a soft cookie with your afternoon tea. These little joys feel harmless, sometimes even healing, and in small moments they can be. But when it comes to turmeric, and especially when you're using it to manage inflammation, joint pain, or memory loss, these sweet comforts can quietly turn into trouble. Let's talk about sugar, specifically the kind found in frosted cereals, packaged baked goods, store-bought muffins, cakes, cookies, and even health snacks like granola bars that look wholesome but are loaded with refined sweeteners. Here's the painful truth. Sugar is one of the most inflammatory substances we eat. When you consume sugar, your blood sugar rises rapidly. Your body scrambles to bring it down by releasing insulin. This spike and crash cycle does more than affect your energy. It triggers a state of low-grade inflammation throughout your body. Now, think about what turmeric is trying to do. Turmeric is fighting to calm that inflammation, to soothe swollen joints, to protect cells from damage, to help your brain stay clear and focused. But when you combine turmeric with high sugar foods, your body receives mixed signals. Turmeric is saying, let's reduce inflammation. Sugar is saying, let's increase it. And the result? They cancel each other out. Even worse, excess sugar can disrupt your digestive function, increase insulin resistance, and interfere with how your body absorbs nutrients, including curcumin. So that turmeric muffin you bought at the cafe? That turmeric pancake mix that promises wellness in a bite? If it's filled with sugar, it's not delivering the benefits you're hoping for. Now, this doesn't mean you need to give up every treat. You don't need to banish banana bread from your home or say goodbye to every bite of sweetness. You just need to be smarter about how and when you indulge and what you pair with turmeric. So what can you do instead? Start by making a few gentle swaps. If you love warm breakfasts, Try unsweetened oatmeal with a sprinkle of turmeric, a handful of blueberries, and a teaspoon of raw honey. If you enjoy toast in the morning, spread almond butter on whole grain bread and dust it with turmeric and cinnamon. Or make a smoothie with turmeric, banana, and unsweetened almond milk. These combinations satisfy your taste for something sweet while keeping your blood sugar stable and your inflammation in check. And remember, if you need that little touch of sweetness, go for natural options in moderation. Raw honey, maple syrup, and mashed fruits like dates or bananas offer flavor without triggering the inflammatory storm that refined white sugar does. You might be surprised at how much better you feel with these changes. Your joints may ache less. Your energy may last longer. Your mind may feel a bit clearer. Because when your body isn't constantly fighting sugar, turmeric can do its job properly. You're no longer just surviving, you're healing. Now that we've explored the foods to avoid when using turmeric, let's shift our attention to something far more hopeful. There are certain foods, not many, but a few, that can supercharge turmeric's benefits. Simple ingredients. Natural. Likely already in your pantry. And when used correctly, they can transform turmeric from mildly helpful to deeply healing. Let's begin with one you've definitely heard of, but might not realize how powerful it is when used alongside turmeric. Let's talk about black pepper. Let's take a moment to shift focus from what to avoid to what to embrace. Because while there are certain foods that weaken turmeric's effects, there are also foods that do the exact opposite. They don't just support turmeric, they amplify it. And the first of those foods might already be sitting in your spice rack, waiting quietly, unassumingly. Black pepper. Yes, the same black pepper you might sprinkle over your eggs, your soup, or your salad. But hidden inside this common spice is a powerful compound called piperine, and it holds the key to unlocking turmeric's full potential. You see, curcumin, the active healing compound in turmeric, is naturally very hard for the body to absorb. In fact, without any help, your body may only absorb a tiny fraction of the turmeric you consume. But when turmeric is paired with piperine from black pepper, something extraordinary happens. Studies show that piperine can increase the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. That's not a typo. 2,000%. That means the turmeric you're already using can become 20 times more effective simply by adding a small pinch of black pepper. It's a small step with a big reward, and it doesn't take much. You don't need to flood your food with pepper. Just a dash, a gentle sprinkle, is all it takes. Stir it into your turmeric tea. Add it to your soup. Mix it with your roasted vegetables, your eggs, or even your golden milk. Here's one simple example. Take a cup of warm almond milk. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric, a dash of cinnamon, and just a pinch of freshly ground black pepper. Stir it gently. Sip it slowly. This comforting golden drink, taken in the morning or before bed, can become a healing ritual that supports your joints, your memory, and your immune system. If you're taking turmeric as a supplement, check the label. High-quality turmeric supplements often include something called biopyrine. That's just a fancy name for piperine, the black pepper extract. If it's there, good. If it's missing, you may not be getting the full benefit of the turmeric you're paying for. And here's one last tip. Whenever possible, use freshly ground pepper instead of the pre-ground kind that's been sitting in a shaker for months. Fresh peppercorns contain more active piperine, and your body will thank you for it. This small addition, just a pinch of pepper, can turn your turmeric routine from helpful to truly healing. Now, let's move to the second secret booster. If black pepper unlocks turmeric's power, this next ingredient delivers it. Let's talk about healthy fats. If black pepper helps turmeric get into your system, then the next ingredient helps carry it where it needs to go, into your bloodstream, into your cells, and into the places where healing begins. That ingredient is healthy fat. You may have heard the term fat soluble before. Well, curcumin, the healing compound in turmeric, is exactly that. It needs fat in order to be absorbed properly. Without it, most of the curcumin you consume simply passes through your digestive system without ever entering your bloodstream. And that means the turmeric you carefully stir into your tea, your soup, or your smoothie may be doing very little, unless it's paired with the right kind of fat. Now, let's be clear. Not all fats are created equal. You don't need greasy, fried foods or processed oils. In fact, those can worsen inflammation. What you want are clean, natural fats that support your heart, your brain, and your muscles, especially as you age. Here are some of the best: extra virgin olive oil, avocados, chia seeds, or flax seeds, natural nut butters like almond or walnut, fatty fish like salmon or sardines. These fats don't just help absorb turmeric, they also fight inflammation, improve circulation, and give your body the energy it needs to repair and rebuild tissue. So how do you use them? Let's say you're making a soup or a stew. Add a drizzle of olive oil during cooking, or even just before serving, to carry the turmeric into your body more effectively. If you're making a smoothie, toss in a quarter of an avocado or a spoonful of almond butter. It makes your drink creamy and satisfying while boosting nutrient absorption. Even a simple scrambled egg with turmeric, cooked in a small amount of olive or avocado oil, can become a healing meal. It's not about adding more fat. It's about adding the right kind in the right way. And here's something to keep in mind. Avoid processed fats like margarine, shortening, or deep-fried oils. These types of fats create inflammation, the very thing turmeric is trying to fight. Instead, let fat be the vehicle that carries turmeric to where your body needs it most: your joints, your brain, your heart. And now, let's talk about the third and final turmeric booster. This one brings sweetness, comfort, and healing all in one spoonful. Raw honey. Yes, real honey. Not the overly processed, ultra-filtered stuff that comes in a plastic bear-shaped bottle. I'm talking about cloudy, thick, golden raw honey, the kind you find at farmers markets or in the health food section of your store. Raw honey is rich in antioxidants, natural enzymes, and anti-inflammatory compounds. And when combined with turmeric, it becomes a powerful tool for soothing sore throats, calming gut inflammation, and boosting the immune system. It also makes turmeric easier and more enjoyable to consume. Because, let's be honest, turmeric on its own has a strong, earthy flavor. Not everyone loves it. But when you mix it with a spoonful of raw honey, that flavor softens. It becomes warm, comforting, even delicious. And that's where the magic happens. Try this. Mix half a teaspoon of turmeric with a teaspoon of raw honey and a squeeze of lemon in a cup of warm water. Stir it well and sip it slowly. This drink not only supports your joints and digestion, it also lifts your mood and warms your soul. Some people even make a turmeric honey paste, a golden blend they keep in a jar and take a spoonful of each morning. Others add turmeric and honey to herbal tea at night for a calming bedtime ritual. The key is to use it in moderation. A teaspoon is plenty. And for those managing diabetes or watching their blood sugar, raw honey still contains natural sugars. So, be mindful. But for most people, used thoughtfully, it's a gentle and nourishing way to boost turmeric's benefits. Think of turmeric and raw honey as old friends, each bringing something special to the table. Together, they create warmth, resilience, and healing from the inside out. So let's take a quiet moment to reflect on what we've learned today. Turmeric, so full of promise, can only fulfill its potential when used wisely. We've uncovered 3 common foods that may be blocking its benefits: processed dairy, vinegar-rich and acidic foods, sugary cereals, and baked goods. And we've met 3 powerful partners that help turmeric work better: black pepper, which boosts absorption; healthy fats, which carry curcumin through your system; raw honey, which soothes, heals, and enhances. These aren't complicated changes. They don't require expensive supplements or hard-to-find ingredients. Most of them are already in your home, but they do require one thing: awareness. Awareness of what you put in your body. Awareness of how small changes can lead to big transformations. And awareness of how much power you still have over your health, even now, especially now. Because aging isn't about decline. It's about refinement. It's about learning how to take care of your body, not with fear, but with wisdom. You are not fragile. You are not fading. You are evolving. And you deserve to feel strong, steady, and alive every single day. If this message had helped you, I encourage you to share it with a friend, a sister, a neighbor, someone you love. And if you'd like to keep learning with us, don't forget to subscribe to Elders Insight, where every week we offer simple, thoughtful guidance to help you age with strength, clarity, and peace. Until next time, take care of yourself. You are worth the time, the care, and the healing. You always have been.